Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're moving beyond just happiness. We're diving deep into something, well, richer, well-being.
Exactly. Think of it as the full picture of a life that's really working, not just fleeting good moments.
Yeah. And our mission here really is to unpack that. We've got some great material to draw on, sort of distilling the core ideas.
Giving you a shortcut, hopefully, to understanding what thriving actually looks like based on some solid thinking.
Yeah, grounded ideas from, different angles. So before we jump in, maybe just think for a second, what does well-being mean to you? What are the essential bits?
Okay, so where should we start? Maybe with psychological well-being.
Good place. What does that really mean at its core?
Well, fundamentally, it's about a positive state of mental health, feeling satisfied with your life.
And the WHO, the World Health Organization, they have a definition, don't they?
They do. It's about realizing your potential, coping with normal life stresses.
Handling things day to day.
Yeah, and working productively, contributing to your community.
Yeah.
It's definitely more than just, not having a mental illness.
Right, it's an active thing, flourishing, not just getting by. And the research points to, what, 6 main areas?
That's right. 6 core dimensions.
Yeah.
First up is self-acceptance.
Which is basically being okay with yourself, flaws and all.
Pretty much. A fundamental comfort with who you are. Then personal growth.
That feeling of developing, learning, evolving.
Exactly. That sense you're not just static, you're moving forward.
And this one seems huge. Purpose in life.
Oh, absolutely. Having that sense of direction, meaning the why.
Yeah, the thing that gets you up in the morning.
Mm-hmm. And linked to that, positive relations with others.
Can't do without those, can you? Meaningful, trusting connections.
They're crucial. Then there's environmental mastery. Sounds a bit technical, but
It's about feeling competent, like you can manage your world.
yeah, handling life's demands, feeling capable in your surroundings.
Makes sense. And the last one.
Autonomy. That sense of independence, making your own choices.
Not just being pushed around by external pressures, making decisions based on your own values.
Precisely. Your own convictions and standards.
Okay, so 6 dimensions. But they're not just separate boxes, are they? It feels like they overlap, influence each other.
That's a really key point. They're deeply intertwined. Think about it. Strong relationships can really boost your self-acceptance.
Yeah, I can see that.
And those connections might even help you find a new sense of purpose. Or flip it around.
Okay.
A strong purpose can really drive your personal growth, make you want to learn more, do more.
And maybe feel more in control of your environment, too, like environmental mastery.
Exactly. It creates this kind of a positive feedback loop, an upward spiral.
So you can't just max out one area and ignore the others. It's holistic.
Very much so. It's like tending a garden, as you said earlier. Different parts need attention for the whole thing to thrive.
And this focus on growth and fulfilling potential, it implies well-being isn't a destination you just arrive at, is it?
Not at all. It's not static. You don't just tick a box and say, right, I'm well now. It's an ongoing process.
Constantly developing, learning about yourself.
Exactly. Striving for a life that feels authentic and meaningful, not just superficially good.
Okay, that reframes it nicely. Less about chasing momentary highs, more about building something solid. Now, you mentioned meaning. That brings us to this other distinction people make. Hedonic versus eudaimonic well-being. Sounds complicated?
Yeah, the names are a bit academic, but the ideas behind them are pretty relatable, actually.
Okay, break it down for us. Hedonic first.
Sure. So hedonic well-being is essentially about pleasure, happiness, feeling good, maximizing positive feelings, minimizing negative ones.
Like life satisfaction, enjoying things.
Yeah, think of researchers like Diener. High positive affect, low negative affect, feeling generally satisfied. That's the core of it.
The classic idea of happiness then, but there's a catch, isn't there? This hedonic treadmill thing.
Ah, yes. That's a really important concept. It basically says we adapt to good things surprisingly quickly.
So that new car, that pay rise, the buzz wears off.
It often does, yeah. You get an initial boost,
Yeah.
but your baseline happiness tends to settle back down. Chasing purely pleasure-based goals might not lead to lasting fulfillment.
Right, you just end up needing the next hit, the next purchase. Okay, so how does eudaimonic well-being offer an alternative?
Eudaimonic takes a different path. It's focused on meaning, purpose, virtue, personal growth. Living a life that's, well, rich in significance.
This goes back to the Greeks, right? Aristotle.
Exactly. Aristotle's concept of eudaimonia, often translated as flourishing or living virtuously. It's about realizing your potential, living in line with your deeper values.
And that connects back to those 6 dimensions we talked about earlier, Riff's model.
Precisely. Reef's model, with things like purpose, autonomy, personal growth, that's a prime example of the eudaimonic tradition in modern psychology. It suggests we have this inherent drive to grow and live meaningfully.
So it's less about the fleeting sugar rush and more about, I don't know, the satisfying, nourishing meal.
That's a great analogy. One gives a quick spike, the other sustains you long term.
But is it one or the other? Do we have to choose between pleasure and meaning?
Well, that's the interesting thing. Modern positive psychology, people like Seligman with his PERMA model, they increasingly see them as both important. They try to integrate them.
PERMA. That includes positive emotion, engagement, relationships, meaning, accomplishment.
Exactly. It blends elements of both feeling good and doing good, finding meaning.
So the ideal is probably a mix. Enjoying life's pleasures, but also having that deeper sense of purpose.
That seems to be the consensus now. A truly flourishing life likely needs both. They complement each other. You can enjoy dinner with friends that's hedonic,
Yeah.
and also feel fulfilled volunteering for a cause you believe in that's eudaimonic.
Okay, got it. So enjoy the good times, but also cultivate that meaning. Now, all this focus on the individual, but we don't live in bubbles, do we? What about our connection to society?
Absolutely crucial.
Yeah.
And that brings us to social well-being.
Right. How we relate to our community, our society.
Exactly. The quality of those connections. And researcher Corey Keyes has a really useful model here. 5 components.
Okay, let's hear them. What makes up social well-being?
First, social integration. Feeling like you belong, you're part of a community.
Makes sense. Feeling connected.
Then, social contribution. This is about believing your life is valuable to society, that you have something to offer.
So it's not just about fitting in, but actively contributing. That feels important.
It really is. It taps into that sense of purpose again, but on a community level.
Hmm.
Next is social coherence.
Coherence, meaning.
Meaning the social world makes sense. It seems logical, understandable, somewhat predictable.
Okay. Not feeling like everything is just random chaos.
Right. Then social actualization. This is about believing society has potential, that it can grow and improve.
Like a sense of hope for the collective future.
Precisely. A belief in positive potential. And finally, social acceptance.
Accepting society. Or other people.
Accepting others, generally. Holding a positive view of other people, even acknowledging their flaws. Trusting others, feeling comfortable with them.
Okay, so integration, contribution, coherence, actualization, acceptance. That covers a lot. You mentioned contribution and actualization seem particularly key.
Yeah, the sources highlight those because they really emphasize that our well-being isn't just internal. It's tied to feeling like we matter to others and believing in the potential of the society we live in.
Giving back and having hope.
Exactly. It suggests this virtuous cycle. When people feel they contribute and society seems to be improving, individual well-being goes up, which then helps the community.
Which supports individuals. Yeah, I see that. And it's interesting how positive relations with others from psychological well-being pops up again here implicitly.
It really does. Relationships are kind of a linchpin, aren't they? They're vital for our personal sense of self and for how we connect and function within society. It shows how interconnected all these different types of well-being really are.
Okay, wow. We've definitely covered some ground. We looked at psychological well-being, the individual flourishing side, with those 6 dimensions.
Right. Self-acceptance, growth, purpose, positive relations, mastery, autonomy.
Then the whole hedonic versus eudaimonic thing, pleasure versus meaning, basically.
Understanding the limits of chasing pleasure, the depth of purpose.
And finally, social well-being, how we connect and fit into the bigger picture, our communities.
Integration, contribution, coherence, actualization, acceptance.
Oh.
Yeah. So 4 big lenses: psychological, hedonic, eudaimonic, and social.
Each giving us a different but related angle on what it means to live well.
Absolutely. It's not just one thing, is it? It's this complex, multifaceted state of thriving.
So maybe the thought to leave you with is, which of these dimensions resonates most with you right now? Where do you feel strong?
Yeah. And where might there be room to, cultivate something more? How's that balance between enjoyment and purpose in your life?
And how connected do you feel really to the people and the community around you?
Thinking about these things. That's not the end point. It's really just the start.
A starting point for consciously building a more flourishing life.
Exactly. It's an invitation to explore further.
Well, thanks for taking this deep dive into well-being with us.
Yeah, lots to think about.
Until next time.